We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things. For instance, they could have me say things like, Ben Carson is in the sunken place, or, how about this, simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. You see, I would never say these things, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful. But I think the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race.
We present a novel real-time facial reenactment method that works with any commodity webcam. Since our method only uses RGB data for both the source and target actor, we are able to manipulate YouTube videos in real time.
This is our GMA cover story, an alert about the disturbing new way technology is being used to target and harass people, particularly women, putting someone's face on someone else's body to create a video that looks shockingly realistic, and the technology is readily available online.
We'll be talking about how to install and use Fake App version 2.2.
Here we demonstrate our method in a live setup. On the right, a source actor is captured with a standard webcam. This input drives the animation of the face in the video shown on the monitor to the left.
This is some scary stuff.
It's not gonna take deepfakes long to catch up. Photography's crude statements of facts have long contained fictions, like way back in the US Civil War, Matthew Brady's celebrated battlefield photographs were often staged, with corpses moved this way or that to make them more photogenic. This widely distributed World War I photo, totally fake. That's not even a person, it's a figurine. The London milkman on his delivery route during the Blitz in World War II was not a milkman, he was the photographer's assistant wearing a costume.
These computer-generated videos known as deep fakes are being used to put women's faces on pornographic videos without their knowledge or their consent, and right now there is very little recourse for the people who are the victims of this.
The Washington Post reporting that these types of videos are popping up on pornographic websites more and more frequently.
Noelle Martin was an 18-year-old student in Sydney, Australia, when she first became a victim of what she calls morph porn.
This is the deepfake video of me performing oral sex on a man. That's not me. I don't know who the man is.
I don't even want to look because I'm pretty sure there's probably some more.
Oh my God. This is a new one. So that says to me that they are still targeting me.
Experts say are getting more sophisticated every day.
You can sort of see a trajectory develop where within a year or two, it's going to be really hard for a person to distinguish between a real video and a fake video.
Putting words in someone's mouth will be the next weapon in disinformation wars.
We know there are people out there that are trying to divide society, influence elections, and we know this capacity exists. So it's only logical that at some point someone's going to take the next step and sort of weaponize it.
In 2009, the U.S. Embassy in Moscow complained to the Russian Foreign Ministry about a fake sex tape allegedly made to smear a U.S. diplomat.
Martin went to the police, but they said they couldn't help her at that moment. At the time, there was no law making doctored visuals a criminal offense. And for a long time, she felt so ashamed that she didn't even share what had happened with her parents.
Imagine the following scenario. Video is produced of Donald Trump saying, "I've just launched nuclear weapons against North Korea." That video goes onto Twitter and goes viral in 30, 60 seconds. North Korea responds in another 60 seconds. before anybody figures out that the video is fake, how are we going to believe anything anymore that we see? And so to me, that's a real threat to our democracy.
Today I'm going to talk about how I used the software called Deepfakes, or the Fake app, to have little pretend interviews with some of my favorite tech tubers. However, with this experiment, I did learn that I was on the right track, and I did make a few changes that allowed me to get better results. I used pretty much both of them concurrently in order to cook things much faster overall. Like, for example, I was having a rough time getting Jerry's face to line up, so I put Jerry's face on the test server and just had it running 24/7, while on my main computer I was cooking other faces like Paul or, Jay or whoever's face I was still working on.
In order to evaluate our approach, we perform a cross-validation based on optical flow. To this end, we retrieve mouth interiors from the first half of the video. The second half is used for evaluation queries.
Actress Scarlett Johansson has been targeted. Johansson telling the Post, "Nothing can stop someone from cutting and pasting my image or anyone else's onto a different body and making it look as eerily realistic as desired." She goes on to warn that this can happen to anybody.
People keep talking about artificial intelligence. They say, oh, artificial intelligence is taking over this, artificial intelligence is running that. What I don't hear is, okay, what is artificial intelligence? What is it? Because I quote some people in the book, I could have quoted many more, scientists working with artificial intelligence who don't understand it, and I openly admit they don't understand it. They don't understand how the speed in which it's progressing. There was a story this week about artificial intelligence creating artificial intelligence technology that was better than human artificial intelligence technology. We are playing with the end of humanity here. What is artificial intelligence? What I say at some length in the book actually is this force of manipulation. Ultimately, that's what's controlling artificial intelligence. So when artificial intelligence, if we allow it, takes over human perception, then what's taking over human perception is this manipulative force. It's been a progression, because I'll say this to you. The control of humanity on the scale and the level that we're seeing depends for its total success on technology. Without technology, without computerization, couldn't have happened. Without this technology that's emerging all the time, pushing it on, it couldn't have happened. Are we really saying that people are sitting round a table, tapping their fingers, waiting for some geek in a garage to invent the next level of technology they need to push this controller on? I had to laugh, you know.
That this can happen to anybody.
Let's hear from Zayu about Photoshop voiceovers.
So as you can see, we have the audio waveform above it, and we have the text under it. And when we play back, the text and the audio should play back at the same time. So let's try it.
And I kissed my dogs and my wife.
Yeah, it's done. Let's listen to it.
And I kissed my wife and my wife.
Audio quality, and you were in a different room from the speaker, you could absolutely fake someone saying something real like that. I mean, let's try. I am Quinn Nelson, and I assassinated Abraham Lincoln.